Hey YouTube, Rich Ryder here. Just wanting to share with you my latest project and hopefully get you up to speed on what I've been doing lately. So my wife and I initially knew when we purchased this home that we needed to remodel the kitchen. And so now we've begun that project. And so this video is to try and get you up to speed on what I have been doing, how we came to where we are now, and to hopefully, keep you up to date on the remodel as we continue through it. So initially, we had thought of basically gutting the kitchen and redoing it. My wife wanted an island. I think a lot of people like the idea of having an island in their kitchen, and so that was one component that she wanted in the kitchen. The other option that people are looking at doing is putting tile and putting granite in their kitchens as well. And so we looked at those options. The other thing was do we use the existing cabinetry or do we replace with all new cabinets? Cabinetry is very expensive. It's one of the most expensive components in the kitchen, and so we looked at our options there. So I looked at getting cabinets through your local hardware store, your big box stores that sell cabinets, and also consulted with some custom kitchen cabinetry makers. Also looked online for what they call RTA cabinets, which are ready to assemble cabinets, and some of the online cabinetry companies that are out there that will ship you cabinets, if you provide them measurements and things like that. And so after all that research that I had done, we decided that we could continue to utilize some of the cabinetry that we had. Some of the carcasses were good, and that we would replace the drawers and the doors of those cabinets to refresh them and make them new again, essentially. We knew that we wanted to paint our cabinets, so if we decided that we wanted a wood grain finish, then obviously getting new cabinetry was the way to go. But since we wanted painted cabinets because of the lighting situation in the kitchen, we knew that we wanted a light color in the kitchen, just to bring more light in there. That allowed us to utilize some of our existing cabinets. We would have to build new cabinets for things that we wanted to add to our kitchen. So we wanted to have a built-in refrigerator look. We wanted to have either a double oven or a combination microwave and oven cabinet, and we didn't currently have that because we have a slide-in range. So we needed to build some cabinets there. But what I did is I basically modeled and templated our existing cabinetry, and to create some new cabinets that would mimic the old ones, so that it would be a seamless transition from new cabinets to old cabinets, and you wouldn't really notice it once we painted everything. The other part of the equation in doing a kitchen is what flooring we wanted to use, and I think that my wife and I both agreed that we wanted to have some sort of a tile on the floor, just because it is very resilient. It's easy to maintain and clean. With young kids, I didn't really want hardwood floor. We have hardwood floor in the other parts of the lower level, but I didn't feel like I was worried about water damage and things like that in the kitchen with hardwood floors. So we needed to take into consideration, reinforcement of the floors, to make sure that it could handle the weight of tile. So part of that consideration means one, do you have stiff enough floors for tile? Is the floor prepared for tile right away, or are you going to have to do some other? Am I going to have to do some other reinforcement of the floor for that? Um, can it handle the weight of the tile and the countertop? Because we plan on utilizing a quartz or a granite countertop. That's a pretty heavy countertop compared to your formicas and some other types of wood countertops that are out there. So those are the kinds of considerations that we needed to have. And so I did a lot of reinforcement of the crawl space underneath our floor to make sure that that was prepared to handle uh, the the tile and the granite as well. So that's something that you do need to consider if you're planning on remodeling, is what your flooring structure is, what it looks like. If you're over a crawl space, that's something that you need to consider. If you're on a slab, it may not be as big of an issue for you, but certainly where I live and a lot of the homes here are under crawl space, you need to make sure that your joists can handle the weight, the excessive weight that tile imposes and that a granite countertop imposes when you do your remodel. So those are costs that you'll need to incur, because if you don't, you'll have tile that will be cracking up within a 3 or 4 month period after you lay it, and you'll be kicking yourself because of that, because you'll have to bust up all the tile and then reinforce the floor and then lay new tile again. So it's just going to cost you more money if you don't do it right the first time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, let me know.